clears, and you find yourself face to face with three CFs. You know these as the members of the Palace Guard. Take a deep breath, and finally in the water, your constitution returns back to normal. You take a deep breath in the sea of fallen stars. You notice they didn't take you far. You're actually just beneath a cave. Yeah, it's only you. You can talk as much as you want. Walang water. No, you're not bound. You're not bound. You're just there. Yeah. They're looking at you. You know, the ink cleared. You can see that there's sunlight coming a couple of feet away, like 15 feet away. And you assume that that's where you and Jazz jumped down. But you're underwater. And you're in a cave right now. And they bow. They swim aside. And you see your father sitting down on a large shell. He's old and he's scaly. Big Chinese whiskers on his face. Catfish energy. And he smiles at you and gives you a big hug. I am old, but I love you, child. I love you, and I missed you so much. He holds you, and he says, "But you have been in the surface for long enough, and I was afraid that you wouldn't be strong." Your brother was next in line. Hence, he needed to be pruned. Now he is gone, and you have gone through the same pains he has went through. You've survived for 4 months in the surface world. You know their politics. You have left a child, and now you are a woman worthy to be the next queen. Lord Variant, he was a test. And you proved that you are no longer a child to be coddled, seeking comfort in higher society. That is why he gave you the necklace. Good. It must be time that I stop treating you like a child. Our kingdom is in danger. Do you know what the true danger is? And then you see the sun sink over at the horizon. The orange of the sunset tinging the waters. And your father says, "We have a great enemy, for we are sea folk. And what is our greatest ally? Huh? Little Yesfarian. What is our greatest ally?" What about you, Baron? What's up, Baron? What? Cinco o'clock. Uy! Jello. Why are you here? Huh? Jello? Huh? Why are you here? Huh? Oh. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Ay nako, why are there people joining? Ha? It's fine, it's
Good
fine.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Continue.
Si Levi
He was asking you, what's your greatest strength? Oh, to those who are in this VC, congratulations. You just found a secret lore session that's not recorded, so yeah. Continue. Asking you. And he gestures to the tides. And he says, "Our greatest strength is the ocean. It is the ebb and flow of the waters. And that is at risk. Our whole way of life is at risk." No. You need to be out there to save us. I have spoken to the elves. They refuse to listen to me. I have spoken to the human kings, and they refuse to listen to me. Simply because their way of life is in danger. Means they'll sacrifice ours. But listen to me. You're no longer a child. And I will no longer treat you like a child. Does not mean I don't love you. Just means that if you go home now, there will be no home to arrive in. Time is ticking, and I know what comes next. And the sun slips into the horizon, covering all of you in darkness. And small photofluorescent algae light up almost like stars in the middle of the cave. And you hear a great serpent bellow in the cosmos. And it strikes fear into your heart. And your father just looks at you. And he says, the tides will be gone. And with the tides gone, all our traditions, our cultures will be gone with it. Do you know what that thing is? Know that if you listen to the old truth, you will no longer be an innocent child. You will be an envoy. You will be a princess. You will be a protector. And you will save our kingdom. Not through politics, where I have failed. You must take this down or prevent it from coming to being. And the tides swirl around you, and you see constellation after constellation. The great serpent, the broken serpent. Its disciples are calling it child. And its zenith is near. Listen to it bellow. For it is born of the cosmos, and it hungers. It hungers for one thing. For the moon. You can see the stars, and you see stirring amongst the stars a great serpent, black. Its scales the size of cities, coiling in the cosmos, waiting, semi-corporeal.
What's gonna happen to you if...
I cannot interfere, else they will take it as an act of war. Therefore, I must remain a king, content with the decision of several councils. But you, to their knowledge, you are a runaway, and you are no longer under my jurisdiction. Therefore, you are the secret sword of the Kefaren. the yes fan. Because you are a yes fan. You are my daughter.
A tear rolls down Ilbrian's eyes, for this was the first time she had felt like she belonged.
He nods and he takes you closer, and he says, "Know that I do not hate you, child. Nor did I overly love your brother. It was just I was blind. And in my blindness, I realized I was raising him to be soft. And in you leaving, I truly understood I must raise you differently."
Bree started crying, and then she was shaking her head. "No, Father, you don't understand. As much as I like to accept, there's something you must know.
Speak. Your father's listening."
Do you remember the day when we went out to shore? As usual.
He nods.
Do you remember that day when I came home in tears? Because my brother was dead, washed away by the current.
He nods.
He wasn't washed away, Father. It was all my fault. It was my fault that he died, Dad.
You hear him strike the shell, the palm of his hand, and your ears thunder. The whole ocean roil in anger. And he looks at you with strict eyes. And he says, "Who controls the ocean? Not me. Who commands the tide, if not me? I did not kill your brother, child. The moon did. Neither did you." And he sits back down. "You showed self-perseverance. You decided that you shouldn't risk your life trying to save him. I know you were jealous. Such is always the case, royal children. But no! What you did because you loved him. Because you loved the kingdom. Because if you went down with him, I would be left with no heir. And with no heir, our kingdom will collapse. Now live without worry. Fight without regret. And every time you are reminded of your brother's death, no, it is not your fault nor mine. but blame the moon and those that seek to destroy it. For the moon dictates the tide along with me. And without it, without the moon, we are gone.
Bree just continued to cry and let her feelings out. He was my strength. How? I cannot do this. I don't know how to do this.
Steel yourself! He died, and he's gone. He is my child, as much as you are his sister. But we must look past all that torment. We must look towards the future. Be not a child, Wilbreen. Be the adventurer you truly are. The land walker of the sea elves.
Bree wipes her tears away.
Ang galing no, ng my tears underwater. Please continue.
What must I do, Father? I don't know where to start, truly.
Takes the shell. Sorry, not the shell. He takes the necklace from you. And he says, there will be a large collapse. Keep this for your friend.
Friend?
And he washes the stone with salt water. And you see stars encased in a glass orb. Watch the stars! Watch it day and night. Upon the zenith, the snake will be born, reborn, physical. Upon the zenith, know that there will be danger. But keep it secret, child. This is not common knowledge. And people will hunt you down if they think you understand. I am endangering your life and mine. But if I do not act, everyone will die. So keep it secret.
So no one must know but I.
Watch the stars. On the zenith, be prepared.
Then Bree looks above.
And you see the great Bakunawa look down at you. Because it knows.
Bree looks at her father. Was that
The Moon Eater, yes. The great snake, destined to bring about the end of the world. The end of our world. that did not eat the moon. Keep it at bay. It belongs in the cosmos. It doesn't belong here. Save our moon. Save our lifeblood.
Bree takes a deep breath and she nods. I'll try my best, Father. I'll try my best to keep our kingdom safe.
Now go back to your friends. I must tend to my guards. They injured them. Worry not. These are casualties of war. And he gives you a smile.
Bree silently chuckles to herself. Alright, Father. Take care.
And you resurface. And you see a fully healed Lord Varant. His feet dangling on the drop from which you jumped down earlier. And he's just looking at you. And he looks at the skies.
Bree follows Lord Baron's gaze.
Lord Varant just, oh darling, I try my best. But it's never enough, darling. Never enough. Oh below. I am but a tiny lord. I do my political prowess to such extent, darling. But you can never make masses too happy. That brings me great pain. Oh, great pain.
Say, Lord Varant, how did you and my father met? I believe I haven't seen you around our kingdom.
He talked to me, darling, because he knew that I am impartial. That I am not powerful enough to be a threat. I am but a lord, and you are a princess. And as someone above my status, I bow. And he bows deeply. Finally, my conscience relieves me. I couldn't keep it for much longer, darling. I knew you were a princess, but I couldn't bow because I had to pretend that you were just a child. He's not crying, he's just being dramatic.
Bree rolls her eyes at the theatrics that Lord Varant was showing.
I know, this is supposed to be a private session that's like secret, so why are there so many people here? Why are there so many people here? Please continue.
Is siya recorded?
And then this is Lord Drop, which is part of her background, so it's not recorded.
About no one is except Bree rolls her eyes at Lord Baron's theatrics. Well, I see you're nice and healed then.
Oh darling, I've been healed for 2 weeks now. I just didn't stand up. I couldn't stand up. If I stood up, it'd bring me back there. And you know what happened back there.
Bree was just shocked that none of them noticed that he wasn't really injured.
He was just sleeping. He was just sleeping. If you guys remember, every time you guys heal him, it wasn't that he was healed. He just slept deeper. He was already healed. He's just sleeping. Okay, anyway. He looks at you. And he says, "What is your father's final decision, then?"
I guess I'll do what I have to do to save
Magkakada.
this place. After all, the moon doesn't only prove the moon is not only a source of life for my kingdom, but for the whole world. And
He looks at you and he says, "Oh, so you are keeping the moon, then? So you seek to keep the moon alive and well."
Bree nods her head.
Do you know what that means, darling? It means the people we save will remain feral. Oh, so feral. I love them as people, but once a month they turn into beasts.
Then I guess we'll also have to find a way how to reverse or cure them. If I recall, we met this doctor not too long ago, and he seeks to find a cure for them.
Oh, I've met so many doctors, darling. They said the same thing. We will do this medicine and that medicine. And the wizards say we will do this curse and that anti-curse. And the cleric said we will do this restoration and that restoration. Nothing happened. It's all in act. As if this isn't lycanthropy.
But if I won't save the moon, then I can't imagine what's gonna happen to all of us.
That's true. And I will not go against the word of your father. He is after all a king. I'm but a lowly lord. I cannot compare to you even. But he turns to you and he says, "But no, if you do choose to save the moon, the people will remain feral. And those bitten by those people will be like them. Human every day for 29 days. But a beast, rampaging beast for a day. That day of the full moon. The day where the moon shows it in all its glory. They will be beasts.
He nods in understanding. There's nothing we can do about it. Although I still believe that they will be cured somehow. If we find that cure, if there is even a cure, I also remember that werewolf we've encountered and how he longs to see his child. I can't bear seeing families torn apart just by such curse. And if there's a way to cure them, then I'll die trying to look for one.
Yeah, magkakadagan eh. Give me a second. Back to zero. Well, he looks at you and he says, well, if there is a cure, it's not with me. It's not with any of my people.
Where there's a cure? From where have you heard this?
There is no cure. That's what I've been telling you, darling. There is no cure. I don't know how to cure it.
But you just said earlier that it's not with...
I said if there was a cure, it's not with me. Maybe there is a cure. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Pwede mo mag-roll perception?
Sure. Or insight.
Insight.
Yeah, insight. Sure. Okay. You're not really sure if he's just joking or if he's serious and doesn't know if there's a cure.
Bree just sighs and files that information the back of her head.
But you do hear something in the dead of night. You hear people snarling, almost as if a dog was. Sorry, a human was pretending to be a dog. Yeah. So imagine mo yung human going arf arf grr grr, you know, in a corner. But obviously more serious, like they're not joking. Somewhere there in the woods.
Do you hear that? He asks.
He nods. He nods. But he's scared. He's a pussy.
Are those the werewolves? Werbeings?
Oh, werewolves! No! And he looks at the moon and he hides. Which is ironic because he's been, you know, housing them.
Are they out there right now? If I can hear their growls, then it means there must be somewhere out there. Aren't they?
I mean, they're not that far away. Do you want to go towards them?
Oh wait. Okay.
Do you go closer?
Sure. Breathe slowly, I guess. Cautiously.
Cautious.
Closer.
You go closer. And you remember that medicine man from last session?
Hmm?
You remember the medicine man from
Teka lang. Wait. Literal na asong tumatakot. Hoy! Doon!
coffee break daw? Tinatawag siya.
Yung mga aso namin maingay. Yeah, I remember. Yes.
Okay. You see him hold his staff, but he doesn't move like an old man. He moves like a beast, like a wolf. And he's fighting another man with long canines and long nails. And he goes, Zagi! And they both look like dogs fighting each other. But the old man, the medicine, hits him in the head with a stick. And he dies on the floor. And you see the medicine man dig a hole and stuff the body in the hole.
Bree's eyes go wide at what she saw. And then she speaks to herself. Isn't that Vladimir's assistant?
The medicine man, upon hearing you muttering, kind of flinches and looks at you. He kind of stares at you for a second. And then after 5 minutes, he kind of slowly drags the body down into the hole. He's still staring at you as he does this.
Wala na siya. Or is continuing to go down the hole. Nakita ko ba siyang nag-disappear sa hole?
No, he's not disappearing. He's throwing the dead body inside the hole.
Is Lord Barrent with me?
No, he's not coming close.
Breeze
Arf, arf.
still
continue.
cautiously walks closer, seeing that the medicine man doesn't seem like a threat.
Yeah.
Although she's readying her weapons in the case.
Yeah. He just looks at you. He's shaking his staff. He looks into the hole and he looks at you. And he goes, He's not erratic. He's not energetic. It's almost like he's trying to tell you something. I just don't understand what he's saying.
Bree shakes her head and says, "I'm sorry, I couldn't understand you." Could you speak in another language, or?
He drops down on all fours, sits on his ass, and howls in the night. And he takes a handful of sand. Dirt, rather, because you're in the woods. Takes a handful of dirt. And he kind of plays with it for a second. And he draws a wolf's head. Says, "Hi! Move! Hi!"
And a wolf.
And you notice, slowly, he starts to grow fur. And and he starts to grow teeth. But he doesn't turn into a werewolf. He turns into an actual wolf. And he howls again. And then as he howls, he goes and all of his fur goes back instantly into the body. And he's just a regular old man coughing in the ground.
What?
You're not sure if it's just the night playing tricks on you, or if you saw the medicine man turn actual werewolf.
He mutters to herself again and says, "What are you?"
He looks at you with big eyes. He takes your hand and he puts some of his clay, some of his pigment, and he draws a small dog in your palm. And he goes, huh? Ika, Ika, Ufa, Yee.
Ika?
Ya, Uka, ya, ya. Points at the waxing moon. Ya, ya.
Bree looks at the moon and then back at the drawing on her palm.
And then you hear a howl somewhere in the distance. And the medicine man flinches and looks over to where the sound came from, picks up his staff, and starts running, leaving you in the darkness of the wood.
Does he run toward the sound or...
He runs towards the sound.
Then Bree looks at her palm where the drawing of a dog is.
Yeah.
Is there anything special sa drawing or aso lang talaga siya?
It's just a dog. It's kind of a shitty drawing because, he used his fingers. But think like a shaman cave painting of a dog. That's what it looks like. So he's drawn this several times before. Right? It's a carefully calculated stroke. But it's not, obviously it's not like a paintbrush kind of dog. It's a dog.
Then Bree goes back to check on Lord Baron.
And you see that Lord Varant is no longer there. And that's where we end this mini session. It's just a lore drop. And obviously, to let everyone know, well, Fortune, technically, meta-wise.
Hello, OMG. Paano kaya pagbalik ni Bree? Tapos, balak pa naman nila magpa-search party. OMG. No spoilers.